Hey, what's going on YouTube? This is Reaching Riches here. So today we're gonna be going over the trades that RoundHill did this trade week, which is September 4th to September 10. Um, but I also wanted to go over how we did in general this week and not just the trade week. So let's just go over some stuff for RoundHill first. So here's QDTE. This fund is growing like crazy. We just broke a 400 mil in assets under management, which is it's crazy. This thing's been growing insanely quick. Um, XDTE has been growing not as fast, but still growing pretty well. 131 and the new one out. Hopefully, a lot of you bought in. I know this one was highly anticipated. I know a lot of people in Discord were dropping money like crazy, buying this up on the like right on inception day. So this one, its first dividend is going to be toward the end of the month. Right now, it's sitting at 8.3 million. Wow. It started at like point 0.8 million or like 800,000. And now it's at 8.3. So that's crazy. And it's only been out for like 4 days. So uh, crazy how fast this is going already. But yeah, so the first div is going to be on the 27th is the pay date, but it's going ex dividend on the 26th. So we have about a week and a half or so of trading left. So what I think we can expect from now until then is um, we can see the NAV appreciate pretty well all the way up until then, because they're gonna have 2 weeks, almost 2.5 weeks for the NAV to appreciate before they even pay their first dividend. So that's what we can expect there. Um, all right, so let's go over what happened this week. So right here, if you guys have been in the Discord, Retire on Dividends Discord, this is where I'm most active. I am in Kamir's Discord, but I'm not really active in there. I'm mainly, if you want to reach me, then Retire on Dividends Discord is in the RoundHill chat is where you can usually find me. But I built this indicator here just for tracking purposes. There was a demand in there to see what the daily strikes are. So I don't have the same time or dedication as Retire on Dividends does to wake up early morning and record daily videos. I don't have that kind of time. But what I do have time for is to input the strikes into this indicator, and then I usually I'll post the morning. I'll post it in the morning to see what our strikes are, and then I'll post it again at the end of day, um, so that everybody can see like, oh hey, this is what it opened at. This is a strike. This is close is just close of the minute. So this is the minute chart, but at the end of the day, close is the close of the market. So and then there's these two lines here. Blue is break even. Oh no, blue is strike. Sorry, blue is strike. So if we see the price action move above the strike, then we know we're gonna lose that. And then red is break even. So I consider a true loss once it blows past break even. So strike plus premium equals break even. So that's calculated. And then here's the premium that we earn that day. And then I'm also keeping a tally on whether we won or lost that day on our strikes. So this is the NDX. So these are only going to show what it was today. It's not keeping a track of like a history of strikes for the week. This is based on the day. This is based on I'm keeping tally of the actual wins and losses for the week. This is not based off of trade trade week. This is just based off of Monday through Friday, um, because trade week starts Wednesday to Tuesday, and then this is just regular Monday to Friday. So let's see what happened this week. We had 2 wins, 2 losses, and then a win again today. So total 3 out of 5 days here on the NDX with a win. So that's not too bad. If we look at SPX, I do have, sorry, this one's going to show a little bit more. I do have some stuff toggled on, some stuff toggled off. But so on NDX, we had same thing. We won 3 out of 5, so not bad. And then on the Russell, since it was released on Tuesday, there's not going to be a result for Monday here. So we had 1 win and 3 losses, but we did get a ton of NAV appreciation, which is great. So if you were able to pick some shares up on the first day and got that dip buy, then you are sitting pretty right now. All right, so that I do. If you guys like this this weekly recap, I will continue to do this. If not, then I can cut this part out and I'll go straight into the actual trade week, which is based off of how much we're actually going to get paid. This is not correct. So let me turn this back to 0. All right, so this, let's go over the trade. So trade week of September 4th to the 10th. Let's just go over the long calls. I'm just gonna breeze through this because there's just not too much to go over, and plus now we know that their strikes are probably, I would say 99.99% that this is not going to be threatened at all. But let's just see what they did here. So you can see starting on the 10th, they added a new long call. Seven calls here at the 18.50 and 10-cent mark or strike. So we have 3 strikes total. Whoops. We have the 16.96.69, the 18.88, and now the 18.50 and 10 cents. So three contracts total, totaling 211 contracts now. And then since the 4th, we've had outstanding shares of 8.25 million, and now we are sitting at 9.93 million. So huge inflows here on QDTE. XDTE, kind of the same story here. Starting on the 11th, they added a 3rd contract here, the 540.50 540 and 50 cent strike. So whoops, this is way up there. Okay, so we have the 420.69, 520, and then 540.50. We have total contracts of 244. We started since the 4th, we had an outstanding shares of 1.745 million, and now we are sitting at 2.665. Wow, so pretty good there. RDTE, this grew quite a bit. So here we have our strike at 210.50. We started off with 4 contracts. We were sitting at 46, 20,000 outstanding shares where we started, and now we are sitting at 230,000 outstanding shares. So doing pretty well. It grew really quick. I am not gonna go over their trades until next trade week, just because they're RDTE's trade weeks is going to be going from the 10th to the 17th. So around this time frame, 18, 19, 20 is when I'll, more likely the 20th is when I'll make the estimate video for RDTE. But they do have 6 trade days, so this dividend is going to be a little bit larger than usual. Well, we don't know what their usual is going to be, but it should be larger than what the others are going to be because they have the extra trade days. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, and 17 is what their trade week is. All right, so let's go back here and let's go ahead and take a look at their trades. So NDX here, let's go ahead and reveal. So on the 4th, 879 contracts, collected $374,000, and it's a win on the 4th. All right. So now the 5th, 187 contracts, collected almost 500,000. That's a pretty good payday right there. All right, so let's go to the next one. The 6th, 187 contracts again, collected 466,000, and it's another win. So 3 for 3 so far, all full profit days. All right, so let's look at the 9th, 190 contracts, 363,000 collected, and it's another win for 4 for 4. All right, I like what I see so far, and let's see if we can nail it on the 10th. So 197 collected 610, and it's a win. All right, so full profit day all around, so doing well there. So 5 out of 5. Let me just double check that. Yep, 5 out of 5. Yep. So that's a good week right there. Full profit. All right, so we didn't have to pay anything to close. We are sitting at a 69% win rate, so pushing up closer and closer to the 70% area. Current volatility level is at 21.28. So it came down a little bit since last week, but still getting some nice premiums in. All right, so now let's see the moment of truth that you guys have all been waiting for. And let's see what QDTE is going to do. 23 cents. So there was a discrepancy that I will talk about here in a bit once we get to the analysis tab. And I still need to get clarification from RoundHill from. So let's go on to XDTE, and then we'll go into analysis tab, and I'll show you what I mean. All right, so for XDTE, let's go ahead and reveal. So this is a 4th, 161 contracts, collected 81,000, almost 82, and it's a win, so full profit day. So next one here, the 5th, 185 contracts, collected 77,000, so doing pretty good there. Another full profit day. All right. Next, the 6th, 185 again, collected 127,000. That's a nice day right there. Volatility is probably much higher on that day. All right, so the 9th here, so 207 contracts, collected 70,000, and another full profit day. Can we go 5 for 5? So the 10th, 207 contracts, $61,000, almost 62, and another full profit day. So 5 for 5. Good job, XDTE. All right, so this is not accurate. We just put in the new one here. So they are also sitting at 68% win rate. So inching up more and more. Volatility does look like it's lower. I think last week it was around 20. So it has dropped a bit. They have been selling their calls, at least on the Russell and the SPX, much closer than they are on QDTE. Which I noticed that at least this week I've been paying more attention to it since I am taking these screenshots from TradingView. All right, so let's take a look at how much we're gonna get paid. So 2535000 and 16 cents. Ooh, okay. Makes sense if volatility is dropping. I mean, I would prefer around the 20% or 20 cent range, but we'll see. All right, and then like I said, I'm not gonna go over the Russell because their trade week is not done. I will do this estimate next week, so stay tuned for that. All right, so this is the discrepancy I'm talking about. Let me just grab the premiums here, and then I'll let y'all know what I mean. All right. So, all right. So let's go and grab these. Sorry, I didn't get this ahead of time. I also need to get. Oh, this is going to be exactly the same. Sorry. Okay. So, this is what I'm talking about here. So, um, I did change out some of these columns. There was like a profit loss total. I didn't think that was much relevant because they're gonna pay out anyway. And if you wanted to know, it's 9.35 million positive on QDTE. Anyway, so I've made this new one here. Total payout is right here. So this is the actual dividends that were declared. I didn't go all the decimal points out. I just took the main first two decimal points. But this is the dividends that were actually declared. And if you did the math on like the outstanding shares at that time, this is how much we would have gotten paid, or this is how much money they paid out, right? So total paid out is 18 million, and then total. I don't like all the decimal points; it's throwing me off. All right, there we go. 18 million, and then total collected. This is accounting for today. So, but if we were to do it just from last week, it's 17. Here, let me just delete this just so we can see the number. So, as of last week, we collected 17,120,000, which means they overpaid us 1.21 million dollars. So that's not good, because they paid that 44-cent dividend when it should have been, based on the numbers, it should have been around 29. It could have also been like 30 cent ish, but they paid more than what they collected, because this is what they collected, right? So they paid much more than what they collected, and I couldn't find any maybe they had extra money lying around from, like, because we do know they manage the distributions. So maybe they had some money lying around. I don't know where they would have gotten it from, but according to the math, they overpaid us $1.21 million. I need to email RoundHill to see where that money came from, because I know a lot of us don't want them to be paying more than they're actually collecting. Now, if we were to add in this dividend, then we're positive $1 million. But as we know, they're probably just going to pay that all out. So 24 cents is what they're going to be paying out. Or they could overpay again, which I hope they don't. I'm hoping they just pay 24 cents or a little lower, just so that they're not overpaying us. All right, so we can see that here also. Delete this one for XDTE. So XDTE, it's not nearly as bad, but still, they paid out 3.4 million, and we only collected. Sorry, these decimals are throwing me off. All right, so they paid out 3.4 million, but we only collected 3 million. So where did the other 341,000 come from? So that is definitely something I'm concerned about, because I know I don't want them to be overpaying. All right, so if we add in this week's estimate, they're net positive 77, but they're probably gonna pay out. Hopefully they pay out right at the 16 cents. I wouldn't even mind if they went a little lower, just so they're not in the negative when paying out. All right. So let's just look at our annualized yield. So QDTE, we're looking at almost a 30% annualized yield. On XDTE, we're looking at 16.66 based on this estimate. So let's go lastly into the charts. So this is, I went back to Seeking Alpha. Um, so as I've been notified, this is not with dividends reinvested. This is just with accounting for the distributions given out. So this total return, QDTE, QQQY, QQQI, JPQ, FEPI, YMAG, and then the underlying QQQ. I had YMAX in here, but its performance has been terrible. It's the only one that went negative, so I took it out. It's like negative 1 point something percent. So I just took it out. It's not even making a cut. All right, so right now, so QDTE is up 7.65%. QQQY, this is total return from QDTE's inception. So just so you know, QQQY is up 3.38%. QQQI is up 6.21%. JPQ 5.65%. VEPI is only up 2.28%. YMAG is the leader right now at 11.19%, and our underlying is at 7%. So if we look here, leading the pack is YMAG, then QDTE, and then our underlying. So we are still beating our underlying. And then it's pretty much everything else. I'm actually kind of surprised Defiance is that low. I mean, I know they've been dropping, but I didn't know they were going to be that low on the list. All right, so let's go look at sorry, it's gonna say QDT up there, but it's the comparison's still down here. It's because I duplicated the tabs. All right, so same thing here. Total return since inception until today. These are all the S&P 500 base funds plus YMAG and FEPI, and then our underlying. So let's just look here. So leading the pack is YMAG, and then XDTE. They're not very far from each other, like what, 20 basis points. Not that bad. And this one is also beating the underlying. And then what, SPY-I, JEPI, and then JEPY. FEPI is at the bottom there. So doing pretty well. It's like right up there against YMAG, and YMAG's been doing really well this year, and still beating underlying. So both of these funds are beating underlying so far. And then this is RDTE. It's only been out for a little bit, and I'm only really comparing RDTE, IWMY, IWMI, and then IWM. Let me know what other Russell 2000 funds I should add in here, or if you want to see YMAG. But I mean, it's only been out for like 4 days, so it's not really much of a comparison. So here IWM's up 4%, RDT is second place at 3.64%, IWMI is up 3.41%, and then IWMY is up 2.12%. But this is only a 4-day span, so not very long. But you could see how much upside capture this thing is getting. It's second place, only what, 50 basis points or so, not too bad. All right, so that's all I had for you guys today. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if you guys bought into RDTE. I know I picked up a few. I'm kind of kicking myself. I should have bought more, but I really want to build my XDTE position up before I build up my RDTE. But we'll see if that bites me in the butt later. But yeah, so that's all I had for you guys. All right, I'll catch you all on the next one.